Fighting Talk back again, and today I'm delighted to say I'm joined at a social distance by Davey Grant ahead of his UFC 251 fight against Martin Day on Fight Island. Davey, has been, a crazy start of the year for you. Meant to be fighting on UFC London, of course that got pulled.
Yeah.
How did this fight come about? Can you sort of tell us a bit about when you found out about it and things like that?
Yeah, I found out a few weeks ago. Got the call of Sean Shelby. Sort of straight into camp. Over lockdown, it's been good that I've got my own gym. Do you know what I mean? So I know everywhere else has been closed, but I've still been training nearly every day. So it was like straight back to work. I had a little bit more weight to shift than usual, but to be fair, because I was so close to fighting, just when lockdown started, the weight just dropped off. Magic.
How important was it for you to make sure that you kept active, kept fit before really Fight Island was announced or anything? There was always that idea that the UFC were going to look at a way to include non-American fighters in fight cards. So how important was that for you to make sure you were staying fit, staying active, so if the call did come, you were ready?
Yeah, to be honest, I can't not train. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'll go mental. Do you know what I mean? I've got to do something every day, otherwise I just start getting too much energy or something. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it wasn't hard at all. It's just what I do. So honest, I can literally take fights, like long camps, short camps, anytime you want, and I'll fight. As long as I'm not injured, I'm good to go.
You've got a professional career now spanning 11 years of fighting. I don't think you've ever had a circumstance like this before. Yeah. How much are you looking forward to fighting on Fight Island?
Oh, it's a once in a lifetime, innit? I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. It's just going to be a great experience. I've never been to Dubai or Abu Dhabi before, so I literally can't wait to get there.
In fighting behind closed doors, some fighters have said it doesn't bother them at all when the door shuts, it's tunnel vision, but others say they really sort of vibe off the crowd. How do you think you're going to sort of get on with not having a crowd there?
That doesn't bother me in the slightest. I went to Vegas and fought in the Ultimate Fighter on my own. Had a few fights over there. You can take pluses and bonuses out of both. Do you know what I mean? But as long as you just go in there and perform, you've got 15 minutes to go and do your best. That's all it's about.
If we look at the fight as well, Martin Day, it's only his second fight in the UFC. Yeah. What do you make of him sort of as an athlete, and how do you see him looking to play the fight out?
Yeah, he looks like he's a good, decent kickboxer. Looks pretty rangy. Great, exciting fighter. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's a good test. It's going to be a good, exciting fight. This is what we want. This Fight Island is being talked about now, and I want it to live up to all the hype.
The card itself, 251, it's arguably going to be the biggest card the UFC do this year. What does it mean to you to be on a card like that?
Yeah, honest, I am. I'm chuffed to bits. It's great to be on a card like this. This is probably the biggest card I've ever got to fight on, and that's what you want. That's you know what I mean. A bit more. Maybe get a bit more notice of a few other people, a few more different fans watching the sport and stuff like that. And just a really chance to go and show what I can do.
I don't know sort of contractually how you stand, how many fights you've got left with this current contract that you're on, but how do you see the next, let's say, 3 fights playing out? Is there any names or is there any sort of opponents that you've seen up and coming? This Bantamweight division is full of talent at the minute, arguably one of the most stacked in the UFC. How do you see the next sort of 3-4 fights going before the contract renewal?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm really not bothered. I just always take one fight at a time. I'm ready to fight anyone who they put in front of us. With a bit of luck, I'll hang about on Fight Island after this one, stay ready and get another one. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not one for ever calling people out or things like that. I'm always just like whoever Sean tells me, I'll just fight. And we'll just see what happens. Ideally, I'm not getting any younger. Do you know what I mean? It'd be nice to try and work my way into the top 15 within the next year or so. Maybe 3 fights, 3 good wins, and then take it from there. That's the ideal situation for me.
The bantamweight division as well. Just how good is that at the minute in the UFC?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It is. It's a pleasure to be in. Some great fights, or possible fights that could be made. And the title fight obviously on the night of 241 as well. So yeah, looking forward to it.
How do you see that one going? Aldo, Petrayan?
You can never count Aldo out. I think he's I think he's a great fighter. I grew up watching Aldo. He was one of my favourite fighters back in the day. But Petrayan, he's got some real momentum coming behind him. He looks lethal with his hands. I think the fans win that one.
For you as well, I know you've got other business ventures as well away from the sport. There's been a lot made about fighter pay, coaching. I know you do coaching as well, but full time that could be something you end up doing. But you've also got a restaurant opening, is that right?
Yes. I'm going to open an Italian restaurant in. It's going to be an Italian steakhouse, Cavello's Italian Steakhouse in Spennymoor. Just trying to bring something really good food to the area. Good night out with a cocktail bar and gym bar and stuff like that.
When will that be open?
Hoping for August the 1st. It's all underway now, and we're just on kitting it now. I'm going to try and make it like one of the places to be in County Durham.
If we quickly go back as well to this whole Fight Island situation, I know there was a lot made when the UFC started hosting fights at the Apex that non-American fighters could sort of fall down the rankings or sort of lose out. How important do you think it was that they set this up?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, hats off to the UFC. Dana White, he has ideas, he goes and he gets it done. You know, and he wasn't just thinking about the American guys. They could have still just been putting shows on. You know, the UFC can put shows on anywhere in the world and people are going to watch them. And so this was obviously just to help out all the fighters who weren't American born or didn't live in America. And we can still go and get to perform and get paid and, yeah, get on these big cards.
How good is it for you and sort of fill you with confidence as an athlete fighting during this global pandemic? The amount of sort of precautions and tests and everything you'll be doing when you're there. How much does that mean to you to then sort of have peace of mind going into that cage, knowing everything's been done to help?
Oh yeah, I mean I think the amount of testing and stuff in place and the way everything's going to be going. It's nice to know that they're looking after us. You know, and obviously we get to give the fans what they want. That's what it's all about, and it's up to us fighters, and we want to go over there. We all want the fights to continue, and I think they've done us a favour by putting the cards on when there's hardly no sport available.
And finally, Davey, can I get a prediction off you for how you see fight night going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going for the knockout. I always do. That's it. You know what I mean? Come away with a win. Not bothered. Exciting fight. Fireworks every time.
Davey, thank you very much for your time.